said showtime. All right. I believe we're live. It says we are now recording. Anyways, what is up, everyone? I know we only have a few people probably coming in right now. I do want to wait a little bit longer just to get a few more people in here. But as you can see, we have the Paul J. Lipsky with us today. And we're actually going to do a live video on my channel. And I've posted, I think, well over 240 videos on my YouTube channel. And this is the first live video ever. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm really excited. Like I mentioned, we have a special guest with us, Paul. And he's just going to talk more about eBay drop shipping, how you can start as a beginner. And we're just going to turn this, somewhat of like a tutorial kind of live, also in a Q&A. So, I mean, if you have any questions regarding anything about eBay drop shipping, anything about what Paul was talking about, feel free to comment or just send a post on the video, and we'll do our best to rapid fire answer as many questions as we can. So if y'all can, type in the chat right now. What's up, Barnes and Noble Dropship? Okay, KP Max with the first comment. I see we got 8 people in here right now. Anyways, Paul, thank you so much for joining us. How you been, man?
It's my pleasure. So thank you. I've been really good. Staying safe, thank goodness, and just kind of laying low for a little bit, waiting for whatever comes next. Good time to really just hustle, sit down and hustle and get some work done. So pretty cool.
Yeah, man, crazy times right now. But I mean, with these crazy times, how are sales looking like with your eBay dropshipping business,
This has been really crazy. So, back in February, I made a video about what's going on because it was just happening over there in China. And I was like, we have no idea how this is going to affect things in the United States. We're all worried about it. How is this going to impact our sales if it comes here? And then it came here and it was like, wow, totally unexpected. We should have seen it coming, but really didn't. Everyone's at home. Everyone, they have to shop online. We're seeing online sales just skyrocket. I mean, I'm talking to my students, my friends, other drop shippers, and other online sellers just in general. And we're all saying the same thing. This is better than any Christmas we've ever had. Between Black Friday and Christmas is usually insane, but this is better than anything we've ever seen before, which is amazing when you think about it, because it's really showing us where the world is headed. Everyone thought, how much bigger can online sales get? I mean, people who shop online, and those that don't. But we just see now what would it look like if everyone was shopping online, and that's what we're seeing right now. It's absolutely insane, and that is the future. So it's really exciting to see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a massive amount of opportunity right now to start selling products online. If that's eBay or Amazon, it's just, I mean, like you mentioned, times have changed. People are not wanting to leave their place, or they're not able to, and it's just not safe. So they're ordering products online. I mean, I'm selling all sorts of products. I'm selling some essentials, and then I'm also selling some non-essentials. And sales are higher than what you mentioned, during Q4. For those of you that don't really know, Q4 is the last 3 months of the year when sales really spike. There's Christmas coming around. It's the holidays. Everyone's looking to buy. Think about Christmas times 2 or 3 right now. I mean, just about anyone that's in the online space that's actually selling product online, they're having a very nice increase in sales right now. So Paul, have you, tried to figure out or try to sell some different products when drop shipping on eBay? Are you trying to, stick to certain niches? I know someone was talking about fitness products the other day. Is there some good money to be made with fitness products?
You mean recently with everything going on?
Yeah, just with the whole coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah. So when this first started, we really had to use our brain and kind of think what are people going to want when they're at home, when they're stuck at home? See, normally when I'm selling stuff on eBay, we do a product research formula where we look at what's currently selling on eBay and we sell the same products. But whenever you have something like a trend or an upcoming event, you can't really do it that way, because by the time you see that the product's selling, it's kind of too late. You know what I mean? So think about fidget spinners, good example. By the time that you saw the fidget spinners were selling like crazy for some odd reason, it was probably too late to get into the game.
Yep.
Right. So with an opportunity like this, it definitely is an opportunity. You had to be like a little proactive about it and see what was coming. But the amazing thing is that unlike most trends, it's not slowing down. Like it just keeps going. And
Exactly.
the other cool thing is that eBay, they've made all these announcements, like keeping us updated as sellers, and they're literally telling us like what categories these items are. So it's not a big secret, right? Exercise equipment, Business Buzz in the chat just mentioned that. We also have things like puzzles and games are insane right now. Exercise equipment. Oh, I said that one. Home office equipment. But think about all the people who are now at home, all the people who have to work from home. They might need a new desk for that, a new chair for that. Webcams have done really insanely well recently. And you got to think even more creatively. That's what people need right now. What's going to happen in another month from now? What else are people going to start to need? Things like 3 weeks ago, no one was, we didn't really see like a big increase in people buying like hair buzzers, but now we do because people have to cut their hair at home. You know,
I mean, that is true. My mom cuts my hair, but
yeah, we tried to do it myself.
But
yeah, we did my hair.
Live right now, we have 14 viewers. I want everyone to first off comment where you are from. Let me and Paul know where you guys are from, and I hope you guys are staying safe. So also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment and Paul will answer them. That's kind of the whole reason we wanted to do this live video, so that everyone gets the chance that if they have any questions regarding selling on eBay drop shipping, that you can ask them right now and Paul can answer them live. But Paul, another question for you. What should someone who's a beginner right now that wants to get started with eBay drop shipping, what would be the best strategy or blueprint for them to follow right now so they can get started quickly and hopefully start getting items sold fast?
Yeah, so obviously set up an eBay account, step number one. And step number two, once you get it set up with all the right settings and business policies and things like that, the next thing you want to do is learn how to do the product research. I mean, that's like such a critical key component of it. If you can get that part down, you'll see success with it. So, I mean, I just like gave you all the categories of items that are doing well, and you should really jump on those. So what you'll need to do with something like drop shipping is you need to find the item on a supplier's website. So we use like Home Depot and Walmart as our suppliers. So we'll go on those websites, see what items they have available that are also being sold on eBay and that are selling well. With a situation like this, you can literally just go on Home Depot and search for office chairs, office desks, and exercise equipment, and just list pretty much anything is going to sell on eBay right now. So you can try that out, and that's really the first thing I would do.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secrets to it. Like, I feel like a lot of people feel like other sellers are trying to, hide things or, to get an advantage. Like, the opportunity right now is so massive. Like, the product you can sell is just endless. And the reason I love the eBay dropshipping business model and why I recommend everyone give it a shot and go all in with it is like, I mean, it's an inventory free business. Like, you can list 100, 200, 1,000 different listings and products, and you don't have to actually purchase or even own them. So, I mean, the risk associated with starting with an eBay dropshipping business is super, super low. But I appreciate Heather the Reseller, Isaac Kennedy, and Angel, all y'all for commenting where you guys are from. I'm currently in Texas right now. Paul, where are you right now?
Currently in Colorado.
Currently in Colorado. Is it cold up there right now?
Yeah, I mean, Colorado is a strange state. It's like it can get very cold, and then in the middle of the day it gets really warm, nice. So we're someplace where you can do some hiking, which is pretty cool. There's this really beautiful park here called Garden of the Gods. All of these like rock formations, and we were able to walk through that the other day, and it was beautiful. And it was a beautiful day. And we were in t-shirts, and now it's kind of cold out. So
that is true. That is true. Yeah, but if you guys have any questions for Paul, make sure you comment them right now. You have his personal time to ask any questions regarding anything dropshipping on eBay. So Paul, I know I've made a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel in the past talking about high ticket items because everyone
Mhm.
likes high profitable sales. Do you have any advice for someone who's trying to sell an item for, $200 or more?
Well, the advice that I have for you is you don't need to do that at first. I would actually advise most sellers to start out with lower priced items because they do sell faster. Um, with eBay, when you're first starting out, you do have to deal with selling limits on their platform. So that means you can only list up for sale a certain number of items. So you want to maximize that. You want to get those items that you're listing up actually selling, because once those items start selling, you get feedback. eBay will increase your limits. It's just better for your account the more sales you get in the beginning. And that's
Yeah.
easier to do with lower priced items. Once you have a higher limit, you can fill your store with more of the higher priced items. That's what I do. There's a lot less headache with them. Lower volume. I mean, every time we fulfill an order, we have to go through the same steps,
Hmm.
whether it's a low price item or a high price item. So I'd rather do less of them for high price items than more of them for low price items, if that makes sense.
Perfect. Yeah. So we have a question right here. For a beginner, would you recommend selling on eBay or Amazon?
Yeah, definitely eBay. It's just a lot easier to get started, a lot more forgiving. You make a mistake there, it's pretty easy. First of all, you're not going to get penalized for it for a while. You can make a lot of mistakes and be okay. And even if you are, it's pretty easy to kind of start over with a new account. So eBay's definitely much more the beginner's playground.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with that. eBay is a great platform for beginners. It's fairly easy to set up. I love
Mhm.
Amazon as well. I know Paul dropships on eBay and Amazon. I'm a full-time Amazon seller, so most of my time is spent on Amazon, and I feel like I'm getting some really, really good margins on Amazon. But both amazing platforms right now. Just the other day, I've just been getting products locally, and I did like $6,000 in a day, which was my record day. So that was really, really cool. But there's just a lot of opportunity out there right now. Um, Angel had a question. Um, Here he is. Hello, can you use your Amazon Prime account to drop ship?
So technically you can. So Amazon, I think a lot of people have this preconceived fear. I'm not sure where it came from, that if you drop ship using your Prime account, that Amazon is going to shut down your Amazon Prime account. And I think that used to happen like way, way, way back in the past, like a long time ago. We haven't seen that happen in a really long time. So Amazon isn't going to shut down your account. Now, the reason I don't use Amazon, well, there's a couple of reasons I don't drop ship from Amazon any longer. The first reason is because I'm a huge advocate of picking one or two suppliers and really going all in with them and really understanding them really well. So for me, that's Walmart and Home Depot. We do really well with their products. I was drop shipping from several different suppliers, and then I found out that I was getting really good at Home Depot. So I just went all in with Home Depot and did that for a long time before adding in Walmart and getting really good at that. So that's pretty much the main reason why I do that. But also, just in general, Amazon, there's so many people drop shipping from Amazon to eBay. It's definitely still possible. I know a lot of people making a lot of money with it. It just requires a slightly different kind of method than the way I do it. So that's why I pretty much stick to not using them.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, so Brad B is asking about profit margins. He asked about wholesale. I know Paul's a drop shipper. So Paul, do you want to talk about profit margins when it comes to drop shipping on eBay? Because I know a lot of
Yeah.
people have a similar question when it comes to pricing.
Yeah. So I don't do wholesale. That's what Brad seems to be asking. We use other retail websites, and the profit margins with the retail websites, it's going to be lower than if you were drop shipping from like a supplier or wholesaler, for instance. But we make up for that in volume, and that's what this is really all about. I'm happy with 5 to 10% margins if I'm doing tens of $1,000s in sales a month, plus making some money on the back end, things like cashback and discounted gift cards and all these other things, all these other opportunities that don't exist when you're using a supplier and wholesaler. Plus, it's very scalable, because with a supplier, when you get the order in, you have to contact the supplier and make sure that they're shipping the item out. Where if we're using like Walmart as a supplier, all we have to do is go into walmart.com and order the item, and then we know the item is going to get shipped out. So it's much easier in that regard, because we're not having to stay on top of the supplier or manufacturer to get them to ship the item out.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. All right, so Alfie is asking, what are the best items to sell at the beginning if I was going to sell on Amazon, and how do you find them? So Paul, do you want to touch a little bit more on, because I know you do Amazon dropshipping as well, what products you like to dropship, and then I'll also touch on what products I like to resell on Amazon. So you can go first, Paul.
Okay, cool. Good idea. So the cool thing about Amazon is that you don't have limits. So you can really, and it doesn't cost you money to list items up for sale. So you can really experiment a lot with Amazon, which is one of the cool things about it. So you can list up a bunch of cheap items, a bunch of expensive items in all different niches, especially when you're drop shipping, because I don't have to go out and I'm going to buy a bunch of books, I'm going to buy a bunch of exercise equipment, I'm going to buy a bunch of tools and hope that it all sells. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just literally saying I have the product, and then once it sells, I go into Walmart and buy it and ship it to the customer. So you can really experiment a lot by listing up a wide range of items, a wide variety of prices. We find that on Amazon, we do really well with tools and home improvement items. They do really well for us. You got to be careful, because there's some brands that you can't list on Amazon. But other than that, anything around the theme of home improvement does really, really well for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I resell, and I sell a variety of different products. At the moment, right now, I'm selling a lot of essentials, products that are high in demand, low in supply at the moment. And I've been doing really well with that. But I mean, the foundation of my reselling business on Amazon started with low buy cost items. So I would honestly look around your house. There's thrift stores, there's garage sales, there's even online sourcing, eBay to Amazon flips. But I really started my reselling business with electronics and books. Those two items, I was able to make thousands and thousands of dollars per month reselling them on Amazon. The benefit about books, they're dirt cheap to purchase. I mean, depending on where you're going, you can get books for like 50 cents to maybe $1, and they consistently sell for $15 plus on Amazon. So I mean, $1 to $20 plus. You don't really get that in many other business models. And then electronics are really where I scaled the business and got the highest margins. Like I could roll into a Goodwill and pick up a Panasonic VCR DVD player they had priced for $8.99, and it sells for like $130 on Amazon. So those are kind of the items I like to focus on. So let's see. Thanks for the clarification. You're welcome, Brad. Ludwig said, hey, could you do a live stream of listing and selling at the same time? That would be really cool. Unfortunately, the more in depth we show into our businesses, like it starts getting into our personal like products that we're selling in our accounts. And unfortunately, we don't want to expose that certain information to the public. So we can't go too far more in depth. But if you want to expand on that question more, Paul will be more than happy to help. So Resnor says, is Costco a good source?
For drop shipping, it's good. I'm sorry, it's bad. And that's what makes it good. So there are some suppliers that do not like resellers, and drop shippers are grouped into that category of resellers. So I'm sure, Carter, you've heard about Target not liking resellers. You try to go in there and buy too many of something, the manager will come out and talk to you.
That actually happened to me this past weekend. I was a certain product I was buying. They had I guess it looked like I was buying too many, so they limited me, even though there wasn't a limit posted anywhere. But it's cool. But go ahead.
Yeah. So if you drop ship from Target, for instance, they will catch on. Like they have a algorithm or something that catches on based on you shipping to all these different addresses, and then I think they'll give you a warning, and then they actually shut down your Target account. And Costco is the same way. If you ship to too many addresses in 1 month, the same thing. Now, why I said that that's a bad and also a good reason is because it's good because it creates opportunities for those who are willing to take the time and the frustration to figure out a way around that those limits. So there are certainly people that dropship from Target and certainly people that dropship from Costco on the regular and do really well with it, because everyone else is kind of giving up on it and saying, oh, it doesn't work because they don't allow you to do it. So if you can figure out the way around it and willing to put in that work, that's a big opportunity for you.
For sure. I 100% agree with that. So Alfie had another question. He said, where is the best website to buy? I've used Alibaba, but the shipping in small quantities is expensive and I don't have a lot of money. So I think you're probably referring to the private label business model if you're sourcing from Alibaba and looking to sell on Amazon. The thing about the private label business model is it requires a lot more startup capital in order to be successful and profitable. Like, you need to be ordering these products in large quantities, therefore you can get a lower price point. The reason I love doing the reselling business model and teaching it is that you don't need a large sum of money to actually get started. It really minimizes the risk and it's the absolute best for beginners. So I would highly recommend looking into the reselling business model. So Felipe was asking, what happens if the item becomes out of stock?
Okay, so one of the cool things is that we use software to run our dropshipping businesses, and this applies to both dropshipping on eBay and Amazon. So that software actually keeps track, or it scrapes the supplier's websites. So it will look on, like, let's say I listed up these AirPods, which you can't really list up. But let's just say I do, and let's say I listed for like $200, and I'm buying it from Walmart for $150. Let's say it will scan Walmart's website, and if it sees the price change to Walmart or the item went out of stock on Walmart, it would automatically make those changes on eBay for me. So I don't have to worry about the item going out of stock because it will automatically put the item out of stock. Now, with that said, sometimes what happens is I sell the product and then I wait too long to order the item. And then by the time I order the item, it's out of stock. So what do you do in that situation? Well, there's a few things you can try. So one, you contact the supplier and ask, when will it be back in stock? Sometimes it comes back in stock the next day. Then you just order it, and it's usually not an issue. You can also look on another website. Walmart's not the only website that sells AirPods, right? You can find it on other websites. Or last resort, you can contact the buyer and ask them, hey, we can't get this item. Can we interest you in a very similar item? And sometimes that works as well.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, if you guys have any questions regarding dropshipping on eBay or even reselling on Amazon, please let us know in the chat. But while I have everyone in here, Paul actually has a special announcement. That's really why I wanted to bring him on today. So Paul, you want to talk a little bit more about what this special announcement is and why you think it can benefit every single person watching this live or this replay right now?
Yeah, so I am hosting this week the Work From Home Summit, the first ever Work From Home Summit. So this is a huge event where we are bringing in 10 different experts to speak on different topics, all related to making money online. So I'm an eBay, Amazon dropshipper. That's what I love. It's my bread and butter. But I also realize that there are people out there who maybe that's not the best fit for them. I really think that anyone can do it. But if I'm getting real about it, I think there are businesses that might be a better fit for other people. So we're bringing together all of these different speakers, all the experts in all these different niches, and they're all going to present on their different topics over the course of 2 days. It's a free 2-day event, no strings attached. So check this out. I'll share my screen. Let me know when it's up.
Yeah, let me go. I'll pull up right here.
Okay. And this when you click on the link Carter just dropped, you can get here. Again, it's completely free. Okay, cool. Later this week, all you have to do is register with your email and look at all these speakers, like some incredible people. Like we have Johnny FD here talking about affiliate marketing, Seth Kniep from Just One Dime talking about Amazon FBA. We have Ralph Delgado talking about print on demand dropshipping. Rachel Harrison's son, she's going to be talking about Kindle Direct Publishing, these low content books. So she basically makes journals, designs them on Amazon, and then Amazon, when someone buys them, actually prints them and sends them to the customers. And she makes really good money doing that. And here's Rico talking about private label Amazon dropshipping. I'll be talking about retail Amazon dropshipping, and the next morning about eBay dropshipping. We actually have a whole panel here talking about eBay dropshipping this morning. And then we have this guy right here talking about how to make 200%
Hey,
profit
who's that
margins
guy?
reselling
He
products
look,
on Amazon.
he's got some nice hair and a suit on and stuff. He's looking pretty slick. Y'all
Look
do
pretty
not
fly.
miss my presentation, man. I have spent days on weeks putting out the best presentation for you guys. If y'all want to learn how to resell on Amazon profitably, efficiently, without having a lot of money to start up, make sure you view my presentation. It is going to be fire. Anyways, Paul, keep going, my guy.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. When you register, I'll show you 1 second, but you don't have to come to every single speaker if you don't want to. They're all different time slots, as you see. You can come to the ones that you want or come to all of them. That would be fantastic. Of course, we would love that. Next, after Carter, we have Brian from Tech Money Talks talking about Shopify dropshipping. He's doing something very unique with Shopify that I haven't heard of anyone else doing. And then we have the man, Steve Rakin, talking about how to grow a YouTube channel. So this is all free. They're all doing this because they realize that right now, a lot of us are stuck at home. A lot of you want to learn how to make money online, and they want to help you do that. And they want to do that for free. So that's the event. And you can see right here, each of the different talks has a different live stream. So it's all live, by the way. All of them coming in live. And you can come in and watch the videos and chat with the speakers, ask them questions, and then you can learn a lot. And just come to whichever ones you want, or come to all of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is good. This is something that nobody is doing, like a live event. I mean, Paul, you mentioned you've had how many people sign up for it already?
We have close to 2,000 people signed up.
2,000 people. This is going to be a massive event, guys. I'm super excited. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to speak. So thank you for that, Paul. And I mean, if you're watching this video, you're watching it for a reason. You're looking to create an additional stream of income. That's why you follow me on YouTube. That's why you watch these different videos from either me or Paul. Now, if you want to start an online business, but you don't necessarily know what business model or online business model that you want to choose, literally register for this event, watch every single presentation, and after you've watched every single one, focus on the one that you think you'll be the most passionate for and that fits you the best, and then go all in. Like, there's no need to go out and, purchase a course or anything, or, this event is for people that want to create an online stream of income, but maybe don't necessarily know what business model they want to choose. You guys definitely have to register. It's 100% free. Paul's put a ton of time. He's been talking to me about this project for well over a month. He said he's been up way over until 1 a.m., 2 a.m. putting this thing together. So if y'all want to learn more about this and register, I mean, it's coming up in the next couple of days. Click the link in the description of this video. Register right now. It's 100% free. Anyways, we'll get back to the live. We had a couple more questions come in. Like I mentioned, if you guys have any more questions, comment them below. We'll answer them ASAP. So she's asking, how much money do you need to start this business? So Paul, do you want to start talking about how much it costs to start an eBay dropshipping business? And then I can talk more about what it costs to start an Amazon reselling business.
Perfect. So this is I love this question because this is one of the cool things about eBay dropshipping is how low the cost is to get started. So with a traditional business, and I'm not trying to hate on what you're doing, Carter, but just as a comparison, with traditional business, you have to buy the items. A lot of times you have to pay to store them. You have to pay to ship them out to your customers or to ship them to Amazon FBA. That doesn't exist with dropshipping. So what happens is you list the item up for sale. It's free to create an eBay account, and you list the item up for sale. The item sells. Now you have money in your PayPal account. You can then buy the item from Walmart or whatever the supplier is and ship it directly to the customer. Now, when you first start out, PayPal doesn't release that money to you right away, but after a couple months they do. So you can literally take the money you just received in PayPal and use a portion of it, because not the whole thing, obviously, a portion of it to buy the item from the supplier and ship it to the customer. So in terms of the cost of goods, you don't need to buy the items up front. You only buy the items once someone pays you for them. So that's not that's not a cost up front. You also don't need to store the items, obviously, because your supplier is going to store them and your supplier is going to ship them out as well. So you don't have to worry about that. Even returns are paid for by your suppliers. So what do we have to pay for? So like I said, an eBay account is free. Now there are these things called eBay store subscriptions, which is basically like an upgrade to the free eBay plan. So there are benefits to that. And that's pretty cheap. I'm trying to remember. I think it's $25 a month for the plan that I recommend. And then the second thing is the software. The software that I mentioned before that runs our business, that starts out at less than $15 a month. Those are basically your fees. And by the way, that software comes with a trial. So those are basically your fees. Everything else, like your eBay fees, your PayPal fees, the cost of the item on the supplier's website, that is all built into the price of the item. So you literally do not pay those costs until someone pays you, and it's all included in that, including your profit.
Yeah, so basically it doesn't cost much to start an eBay dropshipping business. And it also doesn't cost much to start an Amazon reselling business either. For those of you that know more about Amazon FBA, there's a couple different business models you can choose. There's wholesale, there's retail arbitrage, there's private label, and then there's reselling. Reselling is by far the most cost-effective and efficient and most profitable business model to start, because I mean, you can spend $1 on a book and sell it for $20. You can buy a DVD player for $15 and sell it for $150. You know, you don't have to invest hundreds to potentially thousands of dollars to start the actual business. So your only cost associated with starting is your Amazon seller account, which is $40 a month. And then any product that you purchase with it. I mean, boxes cost maybe 75 cents. Your shipping supplies is a very, very minimal cost. The only large cost associated with starting a reselling business on Amazon is your inventory. And what I recommend everyone do is literally look around your room, under your bed, in your closet, in your garage, in your attic, anywhere around your house or where you live. I guarantee you have hundreds to potentially thousands of dollars worth of profitable product that you can resell on Amazon. I mean, there's old textbooks, calculators, older electronics, DVD players, VCRs. There's old TV remotes. I mean, Paul even knows there's a ton of different random products that you can resell on Amazon. So the business you can easily start for under $150. You know, take that money, invest it, take those profits, reinvest it back in the business, and just keep stacking it and growing it. So we got a couple more questions come in. I want to make sure I don't miss any. Alfie was talking about what was your first sold item and what motivated you guys to start selling. So Paul, we actually have quite a few more questions, so you might want to go a little bit quicker through them. But you can talk about the first item you sold.
Perfect. First item I sold was an ice scraper for the car, for your car window, car windshield, I should say. I was just motivated because I wanted to replace my income. I wanted to have the freedom, and that's what I got from it.
Yeah. So the first item I sold was actually on eBay, and it was a coin that my aunt had given me. I don't think she knows that I sold it, but to see how far it's come, just me and my different online businesses, it's pretty cool. What motivated me to start, I was 13 at the time. I was just low on money, just looking for a way to make some extra cash. You know, instead of being a babysitter or walking dogs, I decided to sell stuff online. So I guess you could say I was a bit of a strange kid. But I'm from India. Can I do this, Paul? Tell them, man. Anybody can do this around the world internationally, right?
Yeah, you can. There definitely, if you're trying to sell on eBay US, there will be some challenges if you're outside the United States. It's definitely easier if you're in the United States, but it's definitely doable. I have a student who is absolutely crushing it. He's from Pakistan, doing really well.
That's awesome. Okay. Drop shipping still profitable. Do you recommend starting with wholesale? What's your opinion on that, Paul?
Drop shipping is still profitable, and I do not recommend starting with wholesale. I have friends that do wholesale. It definitely works, but it is much more difficult to start that, even for an experienced dropshipper who does it the way I do it. So the retail method I use is definitely the simplest to get started.
Yeah. Okay. We have another question in a couple of sentences. How would you define drop shipping? That's actually a great question for beginners.
Okay. So pretty simple. You list an item up for sale on eBay. A customer comes, buys that item from you on eBay. So let's say they spend $100 on the item. You have $100 now in your PayPal account. You take $80 of that, $75 of that, and now you buy it from your supplier on, let's say, Walmart.com. And Walmart, when you buy it, you're going to use your own credit card, but for the shipping address, you're going to use the buyer's shipping address on eBay. So then Walmart's going to ship the item directly to the customer, and they're going to email you the tracking number. You upload that tracking number to that order on eBay, and that's it.
Yeah. What's up, Zane? Thank you for joining the live.
Hey, Zane. Zane comes to a lot of my lives. So what's up, man?
It's weird if someone buys your item and they have zero feedback on eBay since 2017.
I get questions like this every once in a while where people seem to be worried when a buyer has zero feedback. I mean, if they buy the item from me on eBay, you're supposed to fulfill the order, and you have seller protection. So don't worry about it. Someone buys them from you and they paid you, ship the item out.
Awesome. I need to have stealth eBay accounts started now before I'm out of money. Do you know how to answer that, Paul?
I think that's like like Ed wants me to send him a DM later. I think that's what that's about. He's one of my students. So
gotcha. Okay.
That's what that's about.
So Drops works for me. Yes, Mexico. Can you sell in USA?
Yeah, just like I said before, it'll be a little bit more challenging, but it's doable.
Yeah. Same thing for this question as well. Making a millionaire's hey. What goals did you set first when starting off, and how long did it take you for you to make $1 million?
My goals were really small when I started. So I just wanted to make an extra $100 a month so that I could I used to live in New York City. I just wanted an extra $100 a month so I could actually go out for like one night a month. And then like fast forward a few months, we made enough in 1 month to pay our mortgage payment. And that was like, blew my mind.
It's awesome. Okay. So he's asking how to be tax exempted on both Walmart and Home Depot.
Yeah. So when we're shopping on Walmart and Home Depot, when most people shop on there, they have to pay sales tax depending on what state the items ship to. But as resellers, we are technically allowed to be tax exempt. So there's a whole process you have to go through by registering with the state as a business, and then you get a certain forms that you give to Walmart and Home Depot, and then you don't pay sales tax when you buy items from those websites.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Y'all make sure to ask questions. We got 19 people in the live right now. We've probably had well over 100 join the live stream. So first off, I want to say thank you for everyone that has joined. This is actually my first live stream ever on my YouTube channel. Crazy enough, I've uploaded, what was it, probably around 240 total videos over the past 2.5 years. So I appreciate every one of you for joining this live. Thank you guys so much. And always, if you guys have any questions about reselling on Amazon or drop shipping on eBay, comment them right now. So Paul, next question for you. What do you think is the biggest thing that holds people back from starting an eBay dropshipping business?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing holding people back is just they're just too worried about all the moving parts. And because I know this is what I struggle with, I wanted to know everything before I started. And looking at the whole thing, seeing like someone who's been really successful with it, like myself or my students, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed by that and say like, oh my gosh, how are they handling all of that? But I promise you, when you start and go through the system step by step, you're going to see that, hey, I can take this first step. It's not that bad. And then step by step, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And eventually you get to a point where you are a bigger store. And all of a sudden you realize like, hey, I got to this point and I'm doing it. It's really not that bad as long as you take it one day at a time.
Perfect. All right, we have a great question right here. Can you suggest other reliable suppliers except Walmart and Home Depot?
Sure. So those are the ones I like, but other ones that I've used in the past and have done really well with, Wayfair. What's the other one when I always think of Wayfair is oh shoot, I'm blanking on the name of it. Wayfair is a good one though. Bed Bath & Beyond is pretty good as long as you don't use them too much and overuse their coupons. That's a good one. What was the one I'm thinking? Right? Banggood's good if you want to drop ship from China, which has much higher margins. So Banggood and AliExpress are good for that.
And
Gosh,
Amazon
what am
maybe?
I? Well, I don't use a ton from Amazon, like I said before, but it can be a good supplier. Um, I'm just blanking on the name of the one. But if you
He's
go
got
to like
he's thinking about it right now.
this software that I use called AutoDS, pretty much they don't work with every supplier in the world. They work with like a handful of suppliers, and all the ones they work with are great. Overstock is a website I was thinking of. That's
Mm.
another really good one. Wayfair and Overstock. What I love about them is that they have a lot of like home furnishing items, couches, chairs, lawn chairs, things like that, patio equipment, and what's great about that is that it's not really like a set value for it. So you can mark it up in price and people are willing to pay more for it.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, so we're going to go in this live stream for about 5 or 10 more minutes. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them right now so Paul and I can answer them. So Alfie's talking about, when you talk about reselling, do you buy items online or from a local store? So what I recommend for beginners is just trying to buy locally. Obviously, at the time I'm recording this, with the whole coronavirus and everything, that might not be one of the safest options. Right now, I recommend mainly sourcing online if you can. If you do source locally, just take the proper safety precautions so you can stay safe. But there's still a lot of opportunity online if you want to purchase from eBay. There's certain local marketplaces like OfferUp and Mercari where you can also buy items and they'll have it shipped to you. The great thing about that is, one, it's efficient. The product's going to be delivered straight to your doorstep. And two, it's just safe right now with these crazy times going on. Someone mentioned give 50% off your course, Paul. I mean, what I can say right now, guys, is for the amount of value and the amount of lives Paul has changed from his course, I cannot believe he's not charging a higher price point. I mean, what's your price point right now for your eBay dropshipping course?
It's $297.
297. I mean, that is a steal. There's people out there selling courses for 1,000, 2,000, maybe even $3,000. Paul is more than generous to sell it for 297. I definitely recommend it. I've been through it. It helped me tremendously when I was growing my eBay dropshipping business. His stuff in there, he shows exactly how he was able to grow and scale his multi-million-dollar eBay dropshipping business. All right, so we have a question right here. So AS said, I've worked in eBay for 3 months. I have made no profit. Shall I continue? Paul, you want to touch on that?
Well, I'm not sure what you're doing on eBay, if you're reselling, if you're drop shipping, what it is that you're doing. But just in general, I would reevaluate the process that you're using. Whatever it is, reevaluate it, look at the products that you're listing. If you're a reseller, I know a big problem for a lot of resellers is their titles and their descriptions and their photos. So you gotta look at all things like that. That's why it's really important to have something like a mentor or a coach, even if it's someone who you can follow on YouTube, maybe ask questions to every once in a while, because it really makes a difference. Because those people, we've gone through this, we've made the mistakes, we know what works and what doesn't work, and we could have saved you like 3 months of struggle, for instance. But reevaluate what you're doing and really see like what has maybe worked a little bit and do more of that, and then stop what's obviously not working.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so we got another great question right here. So not a direct question, but since you are both successful, what business influencers or entrepreneurs do you all look up to or follow to get inspiration or new ideas from? Paul, do you want to go first?
Yes, I used to look up to like a lot of people, and the crazy thing is one of the guys I used to look up to is Johnny FD, who's actually the first speaker at the summit. Like way back before I'd even started online, like I used to listen to the podcast. I was like, man, like this guy's an inspiration, and to like be on what feels like the same level as him now is crazy for me. But now the cool thing is all my friends are kind of the people that I get inspiration and ideas from. Like everyone at the summit, I've pulled ideas from them and incorporated it into my own business. And it's amazing how that works.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I get my inspiration and motivation mainly just from my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister. They're the people that really make me work hard and just to create a better future for myself and for my future family. I've never really wanted to be the person that's, just kind of average and, following the average 9 to 5 path. That's why I've been doing what I've done for the past couple of years now. But when it comes to top influencers, entrepreneurs, I mean, there was no really big people I specifically looked up to. Most of you guys probably know Rakin Profit, Steve Rakin. He was probably who I looked up to the most. He really helped me in the process of, becoming a reseller. He was the first person to really start posting content on YouTube about reselling on eBay and then reselling on Amazon. I would binge watch his videos every single day. He's the person that got me into reselling, selling on eBay, and then eventually onto Amazon FBA. He was also nice enough to bring me on his YouTube channel and interview me when he had 60,000 subscribers and I had 200 subscribers. So since that, I'm forever grateful for him and everything he's done for me. So definitely recommend you check him out. Great guy. So we've got quite a few more questions here. What suppliers do you use for global shipping programs?
Same suppliers, Walmart and Home Depot.
Okay, gotcha. eBay told me that I didn't follow the selling practices I list from Germany with AutoDS. What should I do?
I don't really have enough information about that because I don't, sometimes you'll get emails saying you didn't follow selling practices, but the email will give you more information about what happened. Now, I do know that some people get those emails and it has zero impact on their sales. So it's kind of like a pointless email they send, but without more information, I can't really answer that.
So we got another question right here. I found a good product to sell and resell. However, I am a beginner. I don't know if I should start by buying online. What should I do? So I guess when you're looking to resell, you can either resell on Amazon or eBay. The great thing about reselling is, you don't have to, take a huge risk up front. Test out multiple products and you can even purchase them cheaply. If you don't want to leave your place and you want to start finding products, I talked a little bit about it earlier. Look around where you live. Products that you no longer use or don't use as much. Products sitting in your garage, your attic, products that are just collecting dust. Give them a quick search on eBay or Amazon, and I'm telling you, you will be surprised. You have some items that you personally think is worthless, and that's trash, that is actually worth money and is treasured to other people that are willing to pay a premium for it. So definitely check that out. Is there a point in starting dropshipping right now due to the coronavirus situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if maybe you joined in late, but in the beginning, we talked about how crazy sales are right now. So this is a huge opportunity actually to jump in.
Yeah, a massive, massive opportunity. If you're looking for any time to start an online business, literally the time is right now. There has been no time ever in my whole selling career and since I've been alive, since I could even think about selling stuff online, that there's a better time to start selling products online. Just take that from Paul and I. How do you sell stuff if you don't have a credit card? So I can actually touch on that. I've sold on eBay since the age of 12. I just used my PayPal, and then I was able to get a debit card too, which you can get like if you're under 18. I know I have a lot of younger people that watch my channel. No, you do not need a credit card to start. All right. Would you recommend drop shipping with Shopify and ads or on eBay? I'll touch a little bit on this and then I'll hand it to the expert. But the drop shipping on Shopify, you're going to have to run advertising. And if you can't successfully run profitable and converting advertising and customers to your drop shipping store, you're not going to make any sales. And it's going to be very, very difficult. With eBay, you don't have to advertise anything. Like there's no Facebook ads, Instagram ads. You're not having to do any of that extra work. Like the traffic is already there on eBay. That's the beautiful thing. It's a massive platform. There's already product and people that want that product. You are just supplying it to them. So Paul, do you want to touch on that real quick?
No, that was it. Yeah, that was my answer.
I'm playing. All right. How did you start selling at 13 if you're not old enough for a credit card or PayPal? So at 13, that was actually 5 or 6 years ago. Their restrictions weren't as strict as they are now. So I kind of found a way around it. But right now, the best way is to just go through somebody else's information, if that be your mom, your dad, maybe an older uncle. use their information until you turn 18, and then you can convert it to all of your proper information. But man, definitely don't make any excuses. There's a ton of money to be made. Definitely don't let your age hold you back. It doesn't matter if you're super, super young or you're super, super old. Still take action. It's a great opportunity right now. Okay, so I just began for a week. I have 177 items listed now. I made only views but no sales. How can I make my first sale? So Julia, Paul touched on that real quick, but if you want to go a little bit more in depth about the different products that you're selling, some strategies you're using, Paul might be able to answer that better. But Paul, do you want to touch on this real quick?
Yeah, so she definitely sounds like a drop shipper. She did 177 listings in a week. But yeah, you got to make sure you're listing the right items. So learn good product research. That's really the key to it. You got to learn the good product research to get those items up so people actually buy them.
Yeah, now I would just do a little bit of market research. I found a chart the other day. It was like the top 100 growing e-commerce products. And it was actually very interesting. Like, I think number 2 on the list was bread makers. Like, what in the world? Like, are people making more bread? Obviously, I don't know that, but according to the e-commerce sales, bread makers are in demand. So you could just absolutely wipe out that whole niche of bread makers, different models, different brands and stuff. And also I have a bunch of videos on my channel where I do some different product research strategies that you can use for free, where you can go into other eBay dropshippers and basically hack their storefront, see the successful and profitable products that they've already successfully and recently sold. You take them and put them in your storefront. So that's just a little hack. I think we're going to have about 5 minutes left because we're approaching the hour mark, and I think it might be cutting us off. And if you guys have any more questions, ask them now. We're going to go rapid fire, try to answer as many as we can before we end this live stream. So how do you make sales? Do you run ads? So personally, in my reselling business, I don't run any ads. My products are already pre-established listings on Amazon. I'm just finding them for a discounted rate, depending on if that's locally or online, and I'm running no ads. Paul, do you want to touch on that?
Same thing. So people are already on the platform, ready to buy stuff. All you got to do with eBay is good, like SEO. What's the word I'm looking for? Good keywords in the titles, keywords that people are actually searching for, so your items come up when people search for them.
Yeah. So Andre's asking, do you have to be 18 to start? No, man. I started when I was 13. I don't say that to brag, but I say that to inspire, because your age does not define you. You can be a successful eBay dropshipper at age 13 or at age 73. It doesn't matter. Now, obviously there are some restrictions that you need to be 18, which I think is total BS. But find a way around it. Sign up under your parents' name, cousin's name, someone who is older, and get the business started. Because then once you turn 18, you already have the business going and running. You've already learned a ton, and it just makes the process a lot easier. Okay, so Julia mentioned I made the research with Audio DS Auto Finder that day to be successful. That's awesome. I just joined the stream, but I had one question. When selling your first ever product on your store, it's a new store, how do you sell? I got 40 views on a recent product I listed, but no sales.
I'm not sure do you think they're a dropshipper or no? I guess they're not a dropshipper.
I don't know. Maybe they can talk a little bit more about that. If y'all want to specify that's reselling or dropshipping, we'll be able to help a lot better. If you drop ship, is there a way to get an automated system where it automatically orders from the supplier to the buyer, or do I have to enter the info manually to drop ship from the supplier? Paul, that one's for you, my guy.
Yeah, there are ways for some suppliers. So primarily if you're drop shipping from Amazon, and if you're drop shipping from AliExpress, the software we use, we can set it up to automatically fulfill those orders. Now for the other suppliers, we actually have a Chrome extension. So you basically, like, the order comes in, it comes into the software, you press one button in the software, it brings us over to the supplier's website, it adds the item to the cart, and then you just have to press a couple buttons and it automatically pastes the buyer's shipping address. So a little bit of extra work, but it's really not that bad.
That's awesome. Okay, so what are y'all's thoughts on Via has Actually, I really like that guy. He puts out
Me too.
his content is amazing. Like he gets a ton of
Yeah.
views. Is Shopify profitable? Of course it is. Every business is profitable if you're following the right blueprint, the right strategies in order to do it. Yeah, but
He's a very, very entertaining channel to watch.
yes, I don't know if he does his own editing or what, but I mean, the dude knows how to put out fire content. Definitely trying to learn from him so I can upgrade my videos and stuff for you guys.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're going to end up wrapping this up. But Paul, for the new people that are watching or that might have just joined, do you want to touch one more time on your secret surprise?
Yeah. So this is the Work from Home Summit. And this is the accumulation of a lot of work, a lot of time. All of this is free. So you can come to the event later this week. You can learn from 10 different experts, different ways to make money online. If you're not sure what the best model for you is, you want to come to this because it's completely free. They're giving a ton of value. Not only are these people successful at what they do, but I also made sure that we only have people here who are good teachers, people who've actually coached other people through their systems and have gotten results from that. So you're going to learn from the best of the best when it comes to learning how to make money online. It's completely free later this week. And we have so many people that have signed up, and I put so much time to this, and I've actually put more money into it than I anticipated. And next year, it's probably not going to be free. Maybe we'll even do it in person next year. So this really is like a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to an event like this for free.
Yeah, I mean, Paul and I were talking a little bit behind the scenes. I mean, he's got, I think, just around 2,000 different people that have registered for the event. I mean, it's massive. He's got, what, 10 to 12 different speakers talking about all different topics, making money online. So if you are a complete beginner or someone who just wants to create an additional stream of income, you have to register for this event. Like, there are experts in different fields talking about how beginners can get started. So, I mean, if you're someone who wants to take action, you want to make a financial change in your life, you need to check out his event. It's 100% free. It's a 2-day event. And what else are you doing right now? You're probably watching Netflix. You're probably logging 8 hours on your phone. Maybe you're playing 3 or 4 hours a day of video games. Man, just like make a commitment to yourself to put these the 23rd and the 24th of April, this month, this Thursday and Friday, to dedicate your time to watching the different presentations and speakers, especially definitely watch mine, definitely watch Paul's as well, because I mean, we're kind of cool and we're good at what we do. And I just want to help as many people as I can. So definitely check that out, and it'll be the link in the description below this YouTube video. It's 100% free. Definitely register. Anyways, I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined our live stream today. I mean, I imagine we probably had at least maybe 150 different people join. So that's a super big blessing. I appreciate all of you that follow me. This is my first ever live stream, so I was a little bit nervous. But yeah, I think it went well. Anyways, Paul, man, thank you so much for coming on this live stream today, taking the time to dedicate, helping others. And first off, thank you for the opportunity to allow me to speak at your online event in front of thousands and thousands of people. It's an absolute blessing for me. And I'm very thankful for that, man. But y'all definitely subscribe to my channel, register for Paul's event, go watch his YouTube videos. His stuff is on point. It is fire, and it can change your life. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I thank everyone that joined. And Paul, my man, take it easy. I'll see you this Thursday and Friday. Let's kill it, man. All right, everyone. I'll see y'all later.